What is up, homies? My name is Felix and I'm here back again with another video for you all today. That is probably way too loud. There's like somebody's dog is barking out here. Much better. Okay. I'm gonna try to use this bad boy right here for the whole video. Hopefully we don't run into any audio problems or anything. But at this point, you guys are probably wondering, what are we doing here in this video today? Well, I'm actually going to be making 2 beats in one. So the way that's gonna work is I'm gonna make one beat that's completely panned to the left side and one that's completely panned to the right side. And basically the goal is to have one beat on the left, one beat on the right, and when you play those two together, they sound also like another beat. So yeah, that's what we're doing here today. Make sure you guys go check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produced, my beat store, Discord, all that stuff. Go check it out if you'd like to do so. And now let's get into this video. Alright, so here we are inside of FL Studio, but essentially for this to work, we're going to need a couple things to fall into place. The tempo and the key has got to be the same on both the left and the right sides, obviously, but also we kind of want each side to complement each other and like fill in the spaces that the other one doesn't have. So for example, if I've got like a really strong bass line on the left side, you might not want to have the same kind of thing on the right side. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. But anyways, I think I'm going to go with like 165. Perhaps, and then we'll just pull up a little pad sound maybe. Not really the plugin that I wanted, but maybe it'll work. That was pretty bad. Why is it doing that? Literally, why? That is the worst noise ever. All right, so we got these nice little strings going on. It's got a nice little bounce to it, but what I think I want to do now is add just a little bit of some drums just to get us started, give us a little basis here. Alright, so I just came up with this little pattern here. The chords ended up being like somehow a little bit delayed. As you can see, the MIDI starts right here, but the sample starts right here. However, there's an easy fix for this. You just take it and you go like this. So now what I want to do, I think, is start working on the second drum pattern. I don't really know which is going to be left and right just yet. We'll figure all that out later. But what I think I want to do is make some sort of like vintage drum machine kind of sounding thing. So I'm going to use a lot of sounds like this. Just a little something like this. And I think this is just going to be the other drum pattern that we pan all the way to one side. So obviously we're not done yet. We still have to add a couple more things, one of which being some counter melodies. And I already have an idea for one. I'm going to pull up Serum, and I'm just going to try to find kind of like an 80s lead or pluck sound. Alright, so it's kind of starting to sound a little bit like a boss battle level in a video game. But I like it. I think it sounds pretty good so far. So I think I'm probably going to add a couple more counter melodies in here just to spice it up a little bit. But I'm also going to add a little bass sound. And it's literally just going to be like one of these. This actually kind of just goes hard already. Like I said, probably add a couple counter melodies, but for now I want to work on the opposite side because this is pretty much going to be like the one side of the ear. And then I'm thinking the other side I want to have more like guitar type stuff and more realistic sounding instruments. So I'm going to do like some really dramatic piano chords. Alright, so we got the piano chords. I pretty much just copied the exact chords from the beginning. However, these chords are actually inversions. So this first chord is basically an A minor first inversion. That's why we have the 5th pitch down an octave. I think this can also be called an A minor over E, some people may call it maybe. And then we're essentially doing the same thing here, but this is just a G major chord, as you can see. But for the piano, I basically just made them the original chord that they actually are without the inversions. That's also the reason why this bass note here at A and G sounds good, even though this chord has an E and a D in the bass. So yeah, super music nerd mode there, but if you followed along there, then that's cool. Anyways, back to making beats. What I want to do now is record some guitar, possibly. So we're going to do that off the phone as usual because I don't want to set up my whole audio interface stuff right now. Alright, so I think I'm going to record a couple different variations of the guitar pattern. I'm going to do like more of a strummy one like this. And then more of one like this. Kind of like that. Oh, nice. It's on the floor. Oh, and my guitar is falling. This is just going great for me. Okie dokie, now we got it into Dropbox and we have to convert the file before we can actually use it because nothing uses M4A. Nice, okie dokie. Got it in MP3 format. Okay, now we just gotta bring it into FL Studio. Alright, so the one thing I am going to do off camera is record possibly some bass and possibly some electric guitar because I do want to have that pan to the one side that has more of the live instruments. But like I said, not going to set up the whole interface and everything right now. But honestly, I think the logical next step here is to just start panning stuff to either side. So I think I'm going to have the video gamey stuff on the left. Let's just go with that. And then we'll have more of the live sounds on the right. And now probably the easiest way to do this without individually panning every single track is to just hold down on Control and then click all of these bad boys, make sure they stay selected, and then right click on an empty track, go to route to this track only, and now you'll have all these bad boys routed to this one single track. So I think I'm just going to route all the stuff that's going to be on the right to one track, and then route all the stuff that's going to be on the left to the other track, and then obviously just pan that single track to one side. Alright, so I just did that. As you can see, this bad boy's all the way to the left, this one's all the way to the right, and it's kind of sounding crazy already. You can obviously tell that there's two different things going on, but they're also pretty coherent. Now what we gotta do though is listen to just one headphone at a time. It's so weird to have two different but also very similar beats playing in either ear at one time. What I'm thinking about now is how the layout is actually going to be kind of difficult because of the fact that we're going to have something from either side playing at once, or else it's just going to be like only one ear, and we don't really want it to be just one side at any point during the beat. So yeah, that's definitely going to be challenging, but obviously we'll figure it out. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know if there's much else we can do here. Like I said, I will record a couple things off camera, but I think for now we've pretty much accomplished what we came here to do. So yeah, this was definitely a very strange challenge, and I'm not sure if anybody's ever done this before, but it definitely produced some interesting results. I was kind of expecting it at the end to just turn out like totally awful, but it actually turned out pretty cool. Also very weird, but cool as well. I definitely recommend you guys try this out for yourselves. If you do, make sure you share what you come up with me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys check out my Instagram and my SoundCloud down in the description below, along with the playlist of songs I produce, Beat Store, Discord, all that stuff. You guys already know, and I will see you guys next time.
Turn me up, let's go. Damn, I feel like the man now, yeah. I cannot turn bands down, yeah. Chopper make them stand down, yeah. Got these bitches.